Donald Trump may have lost against Obamacare, but still controls its fate. What is Obamacare? What does ObamaCare do? Why is Obamacare so controversial? What are the salient features of the new bill? What is the significance of Obamacare? GS Paper 2, Effect of Policies and Politics of Developed and Developing Countries. What is the context about? The embattled bill seeking to replace major parts of Obamacare was removed Friday from the floor of the House, after it became clear that the measure would be defeated. Yet President Donald Trump has previously mediated in silence about taking a different path, letting the health law collapse on its own and forcing Democrats to the table. The healthcare failure called into question not only Trump's ability to get other key parts of his agenda, including tax cuts and a boost in infrastructure spending, through Congress, but the Republican Party's capacity to govern effectively. What is Obamacare? Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, is a U.S. healthcare reform law that expands and improves access to care and curbs spending through regulations and taxes. The Affordable Care Act's main focus is on providing more Americans with access to affordable health insurance, improving the quality of health care and health insurance, regulating the health insurance industry, and reducing healthcare spending in the U.S. The law contains hundreds of different provisions that address different aspects of the healthcare crisis in the U.S. What does Obamacare do? The Affordable Care Act does lots of important things, including offering Americans a number of new benefits, rights, and protections in regards to their healthcare, setting up a health insurance marketplace, where Americans can purchase federally regulated and subsidized health insurance during open enrollment, expanding Medicaid to all adults in many states, improving Medicare for seniors and those with long-term disabilities, expanding employer coverage to millions of employees, requiring most people to have coverage each month from 2014 in order to get an exemption or pay a fee, and introducing new taxes and tax breaks, among other provisions. What are the salient features of the new bill? Cuts the Medicaid program for low earners, provides tax credits to help people pay medical bills, but reduced compared to Obamacare, ends penalties on those who do not buy health coverage, allows insurers to raise premiums for older people, blocks federal payments to women's healthcare provider Planned Parenthood for a year. Why is Obamacare so controversial? Republicans say the law imposes too many costs on business, with many describing it as a job killer. After the law was passed in 2010, Republicans launched several legal challenges. In 2012, the U.S. Supreme Court declared it constitutional. It also featured in another Supreme Court case in 2016, when employers argued both against the provision that says companies have to provide birth control and the workaround that allowed the federal government to provide birth control to employees who worked at companies who did not want to provide birth control. The court did not issue a ruling, instead ordering both sides to try to find a compromise. What is the significance of Obamacare? It's estimated that 22 million would lose medical insurance if Obamacare were repealed. Provisions of the law make care accessible to those who had previously been shut out. The uninsured rate has dropped by 5% since the program began. Some of the more popular provisions include Children can stay on their parents' health care plan until age 26. No one can be denied insurance for a pre-existing medical condition. Companies can no longer charge women more than men.